name is Jamie Rue, and today I'm going to be talking about character-driven novels through the book The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. I am sweating because it is 100 degrees in my dorm room right now. Also, hi, I'm at college now. This is my setup for about the next couple months. The background will get messier, also probably prettier as I add decorations of some sort. So this is a series I've been wanting to do for a while now. I've been wanting to do something where I talk about writing, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about a book today. It's going to be The Rest of Us Just Live Here, and focusing on what the novel either did well or poorly. No major spoilers for the book, I'll tell you like the basic plot of it. So if you don't know what happens in Percy Jackson, it's fine. None of the books will be epically spoiled. I'm not going to tell you the end of The Fault in Our Stars. I'm not going to tell you like A, B, C, or D happens at the end of Harry Potter. I'm not going to tell you if, like they save the world. I will be focusing on a particular element of a novel. It'll be different each time, and I'll be talking about it. Today I'm going to be talking about character-driven novels. First, I'm going to give you a brief summary of this book. It's about a character named Mikey, and he lives in a world where vampires exist, and there was a zombie apocalypse, and like sci-fi events are happening, and there are all these kids called the indie kids who have to deal with that sort of stuff. The chosen ones, the Percy Jacksons and Harry Potters of the universe. There are little paragraphs at the beginning of each chapter that focus on those people. And then the rest of the novel is about a kid named Mikey, and he has OCD, and he has family issues, and he really wants to get with this girl named Henna, and all the while there's all this like sci-fi stuff happening in the background. So here's the thing. This novel was a character-driven novel, but it did it poorly. The thing that this book so desperately needed that it was missing, this character needed a goal. The main thing you want to do when you are creating a character is you want your character to have a goal, and you want them to be able to take steps to get that goal. This novel didn't have that. At least not a totally discernible one. I mean, it was somewhat discernible, but there wasn't enough page time dedicated to it. I think his goal was to get with a girl named Henna. Here's the problem. About 40% of the novel was dedicated to the fact that he wanted to get with this girl named Henna. The rest of the novel was dedicated to the fact that his dad was a drunk, and his mom was a senator, and his sister had problems, and his best friend had problems, and he had OCD, and all this like external sci-fi stuff that's happening to him, even though he's not an indie kid, and he keeps saying like, oh, I'm not an indie kid, why does this keep happening to me? And it's like, well, I mean, that's just because the author didn't think through the logic of the world, but it's fine, let's not talk about that. That's not what this video is about. The problem was 40% of this book, maybe, was dedicated to what is supposed to be the character's main goal. The rest of the book was other things. That makes it really, really hard, actually, to discern what this novel was about. I can't really for sure tell you if what the character wanted was to get with Henna. He wanted that. He also wanted to be able to connect with his friend. He wanted to help his sister. He wanted to mend his relationship with his parents. He wanted all of these things. And that's fine. Your character can want multiple things. There's just one thing that the character needs to want more than anything else in the world. It was frankly boring. So the little paragraphs where the indie kids are talked about are supposed to be satirical. They're making fun of tropes in the Chosen One type novels. I was more interested in the 23 or so little paragraphs that happened at the beginning of each chapter that focused on the indie kids. You know why? Because I knew what they wanted. Somewhat clearly I knew what they wanted. And it was cliche, and it was hokey, and it was supposed to be because it was satirical, but I was still a lot more interested in the satirical sci-fi part. If you'd written a satirical sci-fi novel, I would have been a lot more interested, because I would have found that hilarious. I found those passages funny, and I wanted more of them. The rest of the book was a standard contemporary novel that had a very meandering plot that I just like straight up didn't really care about. You know what happens in this novel? There are like a bunch of loosely related wacky misadventures, then they go to prom, then they graduate. That's what happened in this novel. And that was a problem for me. Now compare that to a plot-driven novel like Percy Jackson. You have the troubled kid, just flunked out of school, blah blah blah. His mom goes missing. The way to get his mom back is to go on a quest. He also just finds out he's a demigod, but that's vaguely what the plot of the book is. I can tell you what Percy wanted. I can tell you the plot of that novel. I can't really do that with this book. Same goes for Harry Potter. Same goes for The Hunger Games. That's what I like about plot-driven novels. I know what happens, because in plot-driven novels, you can tell what the character wants. Am I saying never to write a character-driven novel? No, absolutely not. Character-driven novel, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. That book is a brilliant example of a character-driven novel. There's a lot of introspection about the fact that the main character, Hazel Grace, has cancer, is having trouble with her relationships to people in general, and she wants to be able to relate to other people. The external thing that she wants is she wants to meet Peter Van Houten, the author of her favorite book. That's what she wants. Percy Jackson's external goal was to save his mother. His internal goal was that he wanted to find a place where he belonged. He wanted to find a place where he wasn't the outcast kid who's blowing up the school with a cannon. You know? That's what he wanted. By the way, I'm not saying that all of these authors always do this right. John Green, for example, I think Looking for Alaska was one of those meandering character-driven novels that I wasn't that big of a fan of because I couldn't tell what the character really wanted besides to get with a girl. And then somewhat same for Paper Towns. Character-driven novel that hasn't even come out yet, but I already know will be a very good character-driven novel. John Green's new book, Turtles All the Way Down, he just read the first chapter on the Vlogbrothers channel today. It's a Tuesday. He just posted that video where he's reading the first chapter of his book. Let me tell you, he read one chapter. I can tell you what this character wants. This character has OCD. She wants to be able to overcome her OCD and not have it control her life and to be able to relate to the people around her. That's what this novel was missing. Because maybe externally, like you wanted to get with Hannah. Let's say that was the goal. I'm not even sure, but let's say that was the external goal. What did he want internally? I don't know. I literally cannot tell you. I think maybe it might have been to find his place or to relate better to people possibly, but I can't tell you that for sure because I don't really know because nothing happened. The character didn't do anything to get what he wants. He literally could have done anything. He was just sitting there and complaining 90% of the time. I didn't like this character because he didn't do anything. He was boring. He was really, really boring. Percy took steps to get his mother back. He went on a quest. Hazel Grace took steps to relate to people. She took steps to go see Peter Van Houten. Sure, it was through external means, but she still got to do it. John Green's new book isn't out yet. I haven't read it. I can tell you what that character wanted. That's what's missing. He didn't really have that. I can't tell you what his internal goal was. I can't really tell you what his external goal was. I liked the book to some extent. It was written fine. I just am probably not going to read it again, which is sad because I really liked the premise of this book. I liked the idea of reading about the other guys. So again, I'm not saying not to write character-driven novels. I like character-driven novels. I love The Fault in Our Stars. I think I'm gonna love Turtles All the Way Down. I love plot-driven novels. Percy Jackson's one of my favorites. The things that those novels did well, this didn't do. This lacked a plot, this lacked character. When you're writing a book, you need to keep the character's goal in mind. You need to think about, what does my character want? What does the character do to get what they want? And in the end, do they get it or don't they? Your character needs to be active. Your character needs to take clear steps to get what they want. That's what makes for an interesting novel, whether it's character-driven or plot-driven. So again, this is my first kind of video like this. Sorry that it was very angry. Normally, probably they won't be, but leave comments down below if you enjoyed the video or if you want me to do a video like this about a different book. I'll still be doing my normal ranty book reviews, but this is a new thing that I've been wanting to try, so I'm going to go. Bye!